Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Immigration Quick Tech. We hope you are doing great. Mexico inauguration, the omission of Ecuador and Peru explained. The recent inauguration in Mexico highlighted significant political dynamics through the notable absence of Ecuador President Noboa and the Peru President Dina Boluarte. Such events are typically serve to reinforce diplomatic ties among nations, making their absence particularly meaningful. Prominent figures such as Gustavo, Petro, and Luis Legencio Lula de Silva attended alongside international dignitaries like the King of Spain, while the omission of Noboa and Boluarte pointed to the López Obrador administration shifting of foreign relation priorities. Traditionally, a Mexican diplomatic practice involves extending initiation to all heads of state with whom it maintains formal relations. However, the absence of invitations for Noboa and Boluarte signifies a deliberate decision rooted in political disagreements. Critics argue that this approach fosters unnecessary friction with neighboring countries that could be better resolved through a constructive dialogue, raising concern about its effectiveness in navigating complex regional dynamics. This situation with Spain further complicates matters. The Mexican government chose to invite a Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, instead of the King of Spain, which created internal challenges for Spain and deviated from traditional diplomatic norms. This decision not only raises questions about the implications for a Mexico-Spain relation, but also highlights the delicate balance of power in diplomatic interaction between Europe and Latin America. Additionally, the case of Nicolas Maduro illustrates the intricate nature of diplomatic relationship in the region. Although he received an invitation, Maduro's absence reflects Mexico's stance of not recognizing his electoral victory for the complicating relation. In a similar vein, Vladimir Putin was represented by a delegate at the inauguration, despite an international criminal court arrest warrant against him, prompting a discussion about a Mexico engagement with controversial leaders and the legal implications that arise from such interaction. As the situation develops, it is crucial for Mexico to resilience its diplomatic strategies. The declining attendance of head of state at a significant event suggests a need for a more pragmatic approach that emphasizes meaningful relationship through dialogue and cooperation rather than merely focusing on high-profile attendance. Rethinking diplomatic practices could allow Mexico to foster a more inclusive environment that promotes regional collaboration. Ultimately, the omission of Ecuador and Peru from Mexico inauguration underscore how political consideration can shape diplomatic practices. The López Obrador administration's choices reflect a focus on ideological alignment, resulting in a fractured regional dynamics. Moving forward, it will be vital for Mexico to embrace dialogue and understanding to amend relationship and stabilize cohesive or regional partnership that benefit all involved parties, thereby strengthening its position in international diplomacy.